Up until now, we have been provisioning EC2 servers. Even if nobody is using your application, those servers are still sitting there, running 24/7 and continuously costing money. Your app could have 0 users online and the billing meter still keeps moving. What if you could run your code without managing or paying for idle servers at all? Today, we are learning the magic of AWS Lambda and serverless computing. First, the word serverless is a little misleading. It does not mean servers disappeared. The servers still exist. It just means you do not manage them yourself. AWS manages them for you. Think about EC2 like a 24-hour diner. You hire a chef, keep the lights on, and pay for the building all day long whether customers walk in or not. Even during slow hours, you are still paying for the infrastructure to stay ready. AWS Lambda works differently. Lambda is more like a vending machine. It sits there doing absolutely nothing until someone presses a button. The moment an event happens, Lambda instantly wakes up, runs your code, returns the result, and shuts back down again. No idle waiting, no running server to manage. You upload code, and AWS handles the infrastructure behind the scenes. That single idea is the core mental model you need to remember. EC2 charges for uptime, Lambda charges for execution. So why has Lambda become such a huge part of modern cloud architecture? 2 reasons: cost efficiency and automatic scaling. With Lambda, billing happens by the millisecond. If your function runs for 200 milliseconds, you only pay for 200 milliseconds of compute time. That is a massive shift from renting a machine that runs continuously all day. Now, think about scaling. Imagine your application suddenly explodes in popularity. Maybe a video goes viral, or your product gets featured online. Traffic jumps from 0 users to 10,000 users almost instantly. With traditional infrastructure, you normally have to plan ahead, configure autoscaling groups, and manage extra servers. Lambda handles this automatically. AWS can scale your functions from 0 executions to thousands of simultaneous executions without you provisioning anything manually. That automatic elasticity is one of the biggest reasons companies love serverless architectures. Here's an important exam tip for AWS certifications. If the question mentions running code without provisioning infrastructure or reacting to events automatically, Lambda is usually the correct answer. You should immediately think event-driven, automatic scaling, no server management. But there's one limit you absolutely need to memorize. A single Lambda function can run for a maximum of 15 minutes. Not 16, exactly 15 minutes. If a workload takes longer than that, Lambda is probably not the right compute service for the job. Now, let's see how Lambda actually works in a real application. Lambda is entirely event-driven. It waits for something to happen first. Here's a classic architecture pattern. A user uploads a profile picture from their phone into an Amazon S3 bucket. The instant that image lands in S3, the bucket can automatically trigger a Lambda function. Lambda wakes up and processes the image. Maybe it resizes the photo into smaller versions for mobile devices. Then it stores metadata about the upload inside a DynamoDB table. After the task finishes, Lambda shuts back down again and waits for the next event. That workflow is incredibly powerful because every piece scales automatically. S3 handles the file storage, Lambda handles the compute, DynamoDB handles the database layer. You just connected multiple AWS managed services together without owning or maintaining a single physical server. You now have incredibly cheap, on-demand compute power. But how does a front-end website or mobile app securely communicate with your Lambda functions over the internet? In the next video, you will learn how Amazon API Gateway acts as the perfect front door for serverless applications and how it connects users directly to your back-end services.